Hello, good. Hello, my name is Prayoaga, and here I'd like to talking about the dialect. First of all, you can call me Andi, and also I'd like to uh, thanks to my lecturer who has given me this project to be done. So I'm choosing the dialect topic. So what is the dialect about? Right. So before we start, I'm gonna share with you the table of content that I'm going to talking about, which is the first one is the what is the language varieties, and then also what is the dialect, the similarities between dialect and also accent, and the use, the function of dialect, and what is necessary to conserve. Right. So language varieties. What is the language varieties? Language varieties, the simple definition is the way of communicating, the variety of communication. While language varieties is about the different way of communicating based on region, tribes, nation, skill, color, also social group, and the etc. So kind of the language varieties are included with the dialect as well, included as the language varieties, accent, sociolect, ethnolect, and many others. So when we're talking about the language varieties, also we will find about the dialect. So what is the dialect especially? So here's the dialect is the different way of speaking determined from the region uh, and also have largely known in worldwide. So based on research, the dialect is a variety of particular language which is used by a particular group of speakers that is signed and signed by systematic marker such as scientific, phonological, grammatical marker. Dialect, which was normally found in the speech community, might be in the forms of regional dialect and also the social dialect. So here's about the similarities and also differences. So what is the uh, similarities between a dialect and accent? Of course, when we are talking about dialect, we are having a question about the accent because it's quite similar. Uh, While the dialect, as mentioned before, dialect, we should say the dialects in accent is quite different, but it has similarities, which is dialect is based from region, consists of different structure and grammar, and also from where the dialect is spoken, while the accent is more personal and also based from nation. It can be determined by nation. All right. So here's the example of dialect. When we're talking about dialect, dialects is different grammar as well and different culture of the words. For the example, the dialect of English and also American. When we in English we say I have to go, while in American we mostly say I gotta go. And also when we spoke about when we talking about and also asking about how do you do in English or UK, we can say, hey, how do you do, how are you? While in American we are going to say, uh, hey, how you doing, you good, yeah, something like that. While the accent is about more personal, but it's the range of the accent is uh, quite smaller than dialect. Uh, Let me take this straight. The accent, every people can change the accent. Like if you learn about the American or even Balinese, you can know about the differences in speaking. The accent is mostly like uh, the way we are communicating based on the tongue position. When we say the and it's a difference. All right. So example of accent is American accent and also British accent, also Australian accent as well. But if here in here I'm gonna say I'm gonna take the example from Balinese accent, which is it is quite close with us. When we're talking about the accent, we Balinese mostly say, "Hello, what are you doing?" Yeah, what what the T is have the voice one, while in American or British we are not really mention the T. For example, in British we say bottle, a bottle of water, a bottle of water. It's they didn't mention the T, right? So what is the case and why it is unnecessary to preserve? So nowadays we already know about how many speakers are largely can speak more dialects, but sometimes they even forget about their own dialect. For example, Indonesian people can fluently speak English uh, than their own language, and also happen in Bali. People in Bali more fluent in saying "I'm going to sembahyang ke pura," uh, it is a wrong grammar if you're looking forward into it. While the correct one in Balinese is makin tiang jak ilunga ke pura. Yes, it's more polite, but it is doesn't change the meaning. And nowadays, we often find people that is even forget to speak their own. People also are tended to imitate and duplicate words that they heard on the street and more read to into the daily communication tools. And as the time goes along and as time goes by, these people are slowly forget about their language. So this is about making crisis of the original native speaker or some dialect. All right, so that's all about my presentation about the dialect. I hope you enjoyed it. But if you have any question, please you can ask me directly. Thank you.